Hey, good morning, guys. It is Saturday, November 19th. We had kind of a long night of packing, a few hours, got to bed early though, so it's currently 3 a.m., so we're up pretty early, ready to go to the airport. My brother drove from Seattle over here to Bellevue to come pick us up and drive us at 3, so it's really, really nice of him. We really appreciate it. Bags are packed. We packed for a few hours last night, got everything in there, ready to go, real excited. It's hard to be really excited at 3 a.m., but I'm excited nonetheless, so let's ride. What's kind of cool is as I go to load up the car here, you see I got my swinging target, a whole stack here of shot up targets. Over here, it's a little bit dark, but you can see these are all boxes of targets. These are all shot targets, some new ones. Come down here, all the shooting stuff. So you can see the work has been put in. Now it's time to take the test here. So excited to do just that. Fit check.
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. It's on. Got the Mariners hat, CS logo, got the jersey underneath, the USA shorts, got the Converse, got the bracelet and job, ready to rock. Okay, so a quick update. We made it to SFO. We're now with the Japan Airlines representative, and they say, hey, all your bags that are checked to Bangkok, we need to recheck them, not just the guns. So the guns, we already know we gotta get rechecked. We have those. But now they're saying we gotta put ammunition in separate locked boxes. So we'll figure out how this all works. So, wish us luck. So Japan Airlines is a great airlines, but they're not used to checking guns. We flew them because we had a bunch of miles from Alaska Airlines, which we fly almost exclusively in the U.S. But we had pre-clearance 6 months in advance. We could do this. 2 days before we left, they're like, "Hey, what are you bringing?" and everything, and they're all freaking out about it. They were all very nice and very professional. They really just don't do this a lot of times, so we had to put all of our ammunition in that one wooden box that they locked, and made sure everything was all right. And it's a long process, but we made sure everything was good, and they made sure that we made it happen and we made it there. So it was all good. Everyone was super nice to us. These two women right here made it happen. They were very nice and made sure that we got on the flight, and they gave us this free Sakura lounge in SFO and when we landed in Japan. And this right here is a Sakura lounge in San Francisco. There's my mom and dad again. And so we got some food, tried their Japanese beer, a little sandwich, a little fried rice and everything, Diet Coke, of course. It's always really tasty. My mom got some wine, absolute classic. A little bit of cheers there. We're just excited that we got told the ammunition are loaded on the plane. We're checking our air tags. We know that the guns are making it onto the plane. The guns are making it on the plane. All of our suitcases. That's one of the things we have is air tags to make sure that everything made it on the plane. So there we are, celebrating a little bit. Mini wins. It's all about mini wins, and they stack up to make a big win in the end. So, made it onto the plane here. It's my first time on these really, really big planes. And, the middle seats and everything are pretty cool on this type of plane. So a whole new experience. We're about the only people that aren't from Japan on this flight. A lot of people are going to and from, SFO is a big hub for Japan and back from the States to Tokyo. So we're probably making fun of something going on there, having a good time about it, lots of laughs, trying to make the best out of a long travel day. And here we are getting off the airplane in Tokyo. And bad news right off the start. We hear on the intercom, can Christian Seiler, Shelly Seiler, Michael Seiler please all report, to wherever outside here. We're met by a representative of JAL for our last leg of the trip to Bangkok, and she was super nice. Just said, hey, we're not used to having a lot of guns to come through here. We just need to make sure we follow the process correctly. So they walk us through the airport. The airport was pretty cool. It's kind of unique to
every airport they have their different little things, and they have their own little shops and their little traditions. So it was cool to get a small little flavor of Japanese culture here. Everyone was super nice and courteous and very professional. So it was kind of cool walking through the airport, seeing all the shops and everything. Would have been cool to have some more time there, but we were on a mission getting through here, and as you hear, a little bit of concerned faces, make sure we got everything set up. But they're, like I said, they're all really professional, really helpful. We made sure that we were on our way, checked all the paperwork, said, hey, you're good to go. Guns will make it on the flight, and took a big sigh of relief. So everyone was super nice with Japan Airlines, but they just don't fly with guns a lot. So something to keep in mind for sure. And one of the best things we got was that first class Sakura Lounge. We got upgraded because kind of all the hassle we had in San Francisco and the hours we've talked with them on the phone and everything. So it was a nice little consolation gift, I guess. So super nice lounge here. I've been to a few lounges in the States, but this one's really a first class one. Totally different types of food, totally different types of drinks and everything. So it was a pretty cool experience. Unfortunately, I only upgraded my mom and I. It would have been nice to have my dad come along too, but I think he ate and made it to the gate and everything. But we went to this little dining hall here. It's kind of interesting how they had everything separated here. But my mom and I tried a little bit of the food here. It was all really good. They had little beer machines and stuff. It'd be a fun airport to come through for kind of leisure travel. But we're on a mission here. Didn't really try out the beer machine too much, but it was an automated beer machine. Thought that was kind of cool. But a good little lounge here. They had wine that had little straws in it like that, and it would serve into the glass. So pretty cool. Just different culture, different things going on in different parts of the world. So it's cool to see a little bit of that. And before we knew it, we're loading up onto the plane and we're on our way. All right, so I've landed in Bangkok, and the first thing I need to do is check my air tags. And luckily, all my air tags made it. So that means that all my bags made it, my guns made it, my ammo made it. So I was really, really happy to see that. This is also the first time I gotten off an airplane throughout the entire, 20 something hours of travel, where someone hasn't had a sign out there saying, please follow me, Mr. Seiler, like I had in SFO, like I also had in Japan. So it's pretty cool. We also had these little robots everywhere cleaning floors and whatnot. So cool little airport experience. Just getting hit with the culture right off the bat. Very nice people letting us know where we need to go. Walking past the different exchanges and whatnot here. So we made it to the bag exchange here once we got through customs. So we went through customs and we're like, well, where do we really go? We go to our baggage claim, and as we get there, we see that our guns are already there waiting for us, and we have a guy letting us know, hey, here's where you go. So we were able just to grab our bags. Escorted over to this little area, signed some paperwork, cross off which guns we had and whatnot, and we were on our way. So it was a really easy experience getting into the airport. All of our ammo made it there in that little wooden box. Just signing paperwork with the local police guy and also a representative from the airlines or airport there. Went to a little place, checked in, and we were all good. So from there, we went outside, got in a little queue here. We just pressed a little button. It was a queue for these taxis. So the taxis came in and picked us up. We got a nice big taxi since we had like 5 or 6 bags, almost 2 a person, just a lot of stuff we needed to bring, and got out of the airport here. So airport was really nice, good experience, real smooth in Bangkok. Leaving, coming here, leaving the airport. I know it was a little bit bad coming back. My parents could tell you all about that, checking back in, but it's all smooth sailing from there. Kind of cool. They have like the picture of the king everywhere. Long live the king. Cool architecture and everything kind of going around. We did show up pretty late at night, so not a lot of activity going on in the streets here. And we just decided to stay a few nights in Bangkok to kind of see the culture and the area, adjust to the climate, get your biological clock all dialed and everything. We stayed at a hotel from a recommendation from one of my grandpa's friends, my opa, and nice little hotel here. Had everything we needed. A little pink tuk-tuk in the lobby there. But had food, breakfast, everything we needed. But got all the bags in there, a nice room, and everything really worked out. Like I said, this is the room we had, a little kitchen there, a little laundry if we needed it, but really didn't have many dirty clothes at that point yet. Little table, little 2 beds. I just slept on one of those, put all my stuff on the other one. Kind of making myself at home. We were there for a few days, so unpacking some of the stuff. I don't think I turned on that TV one time I was there, but anyways, got all the stuff there. Good little room. There's one more room back there where my parents are at, so didn't go in there. But nice little space and good little hotel, and it's going to work for what we needed. All right, so after a good night rest, we had the jet lag and everything, so I was up probably like 4 a.m. Took a little swim in the pool and everything. Walked around the city, a lot of stuff going on here in Bangkok. They're already getting ready for Christmas time, so they're a little bit ahead of us. Saw a little Ford truck here. So they have weird trucks, they have weird cars and everything. A lot of cars that we don't have in the U.S. So it's cool to kind of see all that. talk to the people, try some different food. We went to a cool restaurant here. Had my first Thai food. My second Thai food. I had it for breakfast. I'm now having it for lunch. I love Thai food, so it was a good little experience here. I think this is only the second one for the day because I had it later in the day as well. So a lot of Thai food, a lot of good stuff, a lot of pad Thai, good restaurant. This is funny. I went and got my hair cut and had about the funniest experience you could have in a haircut. I walk in there and they're like, "What are you doing here?" Very local, haircut place. They wanted to know all about what I was doing and everything. The girls were, washing my hair, cutting my hair, trying to style it, and everything was super funny. They were using a Google Translate app to let me, ask me questions. Was I an American football player? What did I do? Did I play football? Was I rugby? Was I a soccer player? Was I a weightlifter? Was I a boxer? And they were playing a guessing game. It was really funny. But they all told me how cute I was and how excited they were to see me and how glad I was, how glad they were to have me at their place. So real funny haircut. I wish I would have filmed more of it. Just didn't want to be awkward with it. But it was a really funny experience and probably the most interesting haircut I've had yet. A little bit more of exploring here that I was doing. A lot of Christmas activities going on, like I said. Felt really safe walking around here in Thailand. A real fun time kind of walking around, getting used to the weather, getting used to the area, the food and everything. It was really important to have those days there. So glad I got that heat exposure early on. Feeling good, more comfortable in it. We went to this Sky Macone, I'm pronouncing that wrong, a little observatory at the top of this building. It's one of the tallest buildings in the world, the tallest building in Thailand, kind of the Lego building. You saw there's kind of those little chunks taken out of it. This is right before sunset. Pretty cool looking at where we flew into, where we were headed, and the whole area there. So pretty cool. And then there's this Bangkok bank that had the little helipad. Thought that was pretty cool. And then the sun starts to come down. You can see more of the whole area there. A lot of the activities going on and whatnot. We get to the top there, and it's real beautiful at sunset. Lots of lights, real big city. Kind of reminds me of New York City or other big cities like Seattle at night, but nothing really beats the full breadth of Bangkok, and it's all a bunch of stuff going on there. So real busy up there, as you can see. A lot of people want to take pictures at sunset. In front there's a little glass place you can walk on, so walked out there, took some pictures and stuff. So pretty cool experience there at sunset. Okay, so we left the hotel for a little guided tour. We booked the tour, thought we'd be with a big group. It was really just my mom, my dad, and I. So just us three. Got picked up by the bus outside here, and we were on our way to go to see some temples and some of the local places. We're passing this little train area here. There's this big market and mall here. So if you were in Bangkok, you wanted to get around, this train goes all around the city to the airports and everything. So it's super convenient, but we were in a little guided tour, so we were in our bus driving all around to these different places. One of our first stops was at the King's summer house. I know he hasn't been there in a while, but historically it's a pretty cool place. See the pictures going in and everything like that. Had a little tour guide showing us around. This is funny in the bathroom here. No washing feet in sink. So I made sure to observe those rules and wasn't gonna do that. Made sure I didn't get in trouble. Don't want to find myself in a Thai prison or getting arrested. So I had to behave myself and make sure I didn't wash my feet. So follow the rules there. Walking around here, very gorgeous, very pretty area here. A lot of landscaping activity going on, the little temples and little prayer areas and stuff. So pretty cool to see this, and just once again, more time acclimating to the weather. I'm feeling more comfortable even when it's really hot and very humid outside. There's these koi fish and these turtles down here, and you could pay 20 or 30 baht, which is $1 for a whole loaf of bread here to toss them. So that was kind of fun to see. You throw it there and see the little guys run after it and whatnot. So pretty cool. And then walking through here, a lot of architecture inspired by other countries, talking about the European influence and stuff from all around the world. So pretty cool to be here and experience this. And like I said, getting used to the weather, getting used to the food, walking around and everything. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable in the country. A little did I know Pattaya would be a lot different than this. So right as I got comfortable, got put into kind of another area. But here felt real comfortable, and getting acclimated and everything felt right. So cool stuff, a little lighthouse and everything. Up here's a little Chinese temple, meeting area place. So seen a lot of different culture and everything, and this was our first stop. So our second stop was here at the Sleeping Buddha. This is one of a few different Sleeping Buddhas. This was a really big one, one of the sites that we wanted to see. So pretty cool to see that, and a couple temples and other stuff going on. So it's kind of cool to see different cultures, different religions, and appreciating those and respecting that was kind of cool. This is another little temple here. I think someone up there and prayed at some point. So kind of a cool sight to go see. Nice little temple. As you see in this one here, my dad is helping my mom climb these stairs. It's because just a few months prior, she broke her patella, which is her kneecap. So her kneecap was completely broken into two pieces with a bad fall and accident. So felt awful for her. This is my mom, who I love very, very much. So pretty heartbreaking that it happened to her, and just really sad that it happened. But she's been an absolute trooper and had a really good attitude about it. She's been doing her PT, been recovered really, really well. She came to the Pan Am probably 2, 3 months before this, really, fresh on the accident, and she didn't complain one bit, and just had a really, really good attitude. Like I said, hobbled around to the Pan Am best she could. And then she would not miss, her baby winning the world shoot. So she was super excited. She wouldn't miss this for anything. So I was really happy she made it. I love my mom. I also love my dad too, but I love my mom, and it's really good that she made it. And she's a trooper. So if you ever wonder where I get my competitive spirit from, or competitiveness, it's definitely my mom. Or if you ever get that toughness and just making it happen no matter the circumstances, it's definitely from my mom. So really glad she made it, and made it up to the top here. So my dad was helping her out. Big props to my dad. My dad's awesome too. So just walking around, casual elephants ripping all over the place with tourists and other people riding them. Pretty cool to see these Asian elephants. I'd never really seen one in person. We have the big African elephants here at the Seattle Zoo, so pretty neat to see that. Walking to another temple. It's our third or fourth stop here. May have missed one, but cool little stop here. There's a little girl selling these little elephants, and obviously love kids. I'm a sucker for a cute kid, especially selling me something, and kind of felt bad for them selling it here in the hot sun. So bought one of these cool elephants. I either got lucky or something else, and I got the lucky elephant. So put this on my little nightstand, which is kind of cool to have throughout the match. Anyways, this is a little temple here, looking around. Seen a few at this point. They're all pretty cool. Big old Buddha statue on the inside. And then we ended the tour with this little lunch place on the river here. See these big river boats. Once again, wanting to stay really safe with the food. So I made sure we ate good stuff and checked that it was all safe. And luckily, this is earlier on in the match, and we have antibiotics and whatnot, but still staying pretty careful with the food. But getting acclimated to some of the cooking here is going to be really important, so I can stay fueled throughout the match. After this day was over, we slept in the next day, make sure we were well rested, but got up at a good reasonable time to head back to the airport to go rent a car. We've been staying in the city, went back to the airport to rent a car because we've just been taxiing around. Get a car here at the airport, this little airport here, get a car, and we were on our way to Pattaya. So good to go back to the airport during the daylight time and kind of see where we'll be flying out and the logistics of that. But we are on our way. We're driving on the other side of the road. I'm in the passenger seat, making sure we don't hit anything, making sure we know where everything is. There's cars driving all around us, real fast driving, and mopeds everywhere. So I want to make sure we stayed safe. My dad's an awesome driver, so we made it no problem.